Every great conversation begins between two thoughts.
Can I ask you something that's gonna sound, I don't know, ungrateful maybe?
Ungrateful how?
So last year, I got that promotion I'd been chasing for like 2 years. 2 years, Adrian. I worked so hard for it. Weekends, late nights. I gave up a lot.
Not permanently, no. And the problem, the really insidious problem, is that most people's response to that emptiness after achievement is to immediately set a new goal, a bigger one, chase the feeling again.
Right. And then I got it. And I remember sitting at my desk that evening thinking, okay, so now what?
Now what?
It lasted maybe 3 days, the happiness. 3 days, and then it just went back to normal, like nothing had changed, and I kept thinking, what is wrong with me? I worked 2 years for this feeling, and it just evaporated.
Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing at all. What you experienced, it has a name, actually.
Of course it does.
It does. A Harvard psychologist named Ben-Shahar called it the arrival fallacy. The belief, this deep, almost unshakable belief, that when you finally arrive at the thing you want, that's when real happiness begins.
The arrival fallacy. Okay, so wait. So, it's not just me?
Not even close to just you. Honestly, it might be one of the most universal human experiences that nobody talks about. Because how do you say it out loud without sounding like you're complaining about succeeding?
Exactly. That's exactly it. I felt like I couldn't tell anyone. Because what was I supposed to say? Oh, I got the promotion I always wanted, and I feel kind of empty?
And yet that emptiness is real. It's not ingratitude. It's not weakness. It's just the brain doesn't work the way we think it does around achievement.
How does it work then?
Okay, so, you know dopamine, right? The thing everyone calls the happiness chemical.
The reward thing. Yeah.
Right, and this is the part that changes everything. Dopamine isn't actually released when you get the thing. It's released while you're chasing it. The anticipation, the pursuit. That's where the chemical reward lives.
Wait, so the happiness was never in the destination?
It was in the journey. Which sounds like something on a motivational poster, and I hate that it does. Because it's actually true and important, and most people completely miss it.
No, but that actually makes sense. Because looking back, I was kind of alive during those 2 years. Stressed, obviously, but alive.
Purposeful, directed, every day had a reason built into it. And then you arrived, and the reason just stopped.
And I didn't have a new one yet.
That gap between arriving and finding the next thing, that's where the emptiness lives. Ben-Shahar calls it the arrival fallacy because we've built this myth, this deeply cultural myth, that achievement equals happiness. And it does, just not in the way or for the length of time we expect.
How long did he say it lasts? The happiness from achievement.
It varies. But research on what's called hedonic adaptation suggests we return to our baseline happiness level, our sort of default emotional setting, surprisingly quickly after any major life event. Good or bad, actually.
Good or bad?
Yeah. People who win the lottery, within a year their reported happiness levels are almost identical to before they won. And this is the part that really stays with me. People who experience serious accidents and lose mobility report similar happiness levels to the general population within a similar time frame.
I don't know if that's comforting or terrifying.
Both, I think. It means we're remarkably resilient. And it means we're remarkably bad at predicting what will make us lastingly happy.
So we spend years chasing things that won't change how we feel.
Not really.
Not permanently.
Not permanently, no. And the problem, the really insidious problem, is that most people's response to that emptiness after achievement is to immediately set a new goal, a bigger one, chase the feeling again.
Because the feeling was there before, during the chase.
Excuse me.
So they think, I just need a bigger goal, a better promotion, more money, bigger house. And each time, the pattern repeats. Arrive, feel empty, chase again.
It's like, okay, this is gonna sound strange, but it's like being thirsty and drinking salt water. It feels like it should work, and for a second, maybe it does. But then, You're more thirsty than before.
That's actually a really good way to put it. The achievement feels like it should satisfy the deeper thing, but it doesn't reach the deeper thing, so the thirst comes back stronger.
What is the deeper thing?
That's the question, isn't it? Ben-Shahar talks about meaning. Not happiness exactly, but meaning. The sense that what you're doing connects to something that actually matters to you. Not to your parents, not to your industry, not to your social media. To you.
And achievements can feel meaningful while you're pursuing them, but once you have them,
they become part of the furniture. You stop seeing them. The brain habituates. It's called hedonic adaptation, and it applies to everything. Good experiences, good possessions, good circumstances. We stop noticing them.
So how do you... is there a way out of this? Or is it just the human condition forever?
There are ways. Real ones. Not quick fixes, but actual shifts in how you relate to achievement and time and your own life.
Tell me.
The first one is what Ben-Shahar calls the happiness that doesn't lie. And it comes from reorienting toward what he calls present benefit and future benefit simultaneously. Most achievement culture is entirely future-focused. Suffer now, arrive later, be happy then. But that model we've just seen doesn't deliver what it promises.
So what does?
Choosing pursuits that feel meaningful and engaging in the process. Not just valuable at the end. The question stops being, will this make me happy when I achieve it? And becomes, does this feel worth doing right now? Today? In this moment?
That's... okay, that requires a pretty big shift in thinking.
It does. Because we're trained from school onwards to delay. Study hard now, enjoy later. Work hard now, retire happy. Sacrifice now, arrive somewhere worth being. And there's truth in that. Delayed gratification matters, but when the entire structure of your life is built on permanent delay, you can spend a whole life waiting to start living.
Waiting to start living. I've felt that, more than I'd like to admit.
All right. Most driven people have. The second shift is learning to mark arrivals properly. Because part of the problem is that we achieve things and immediately move the goalpost without pausing. Without actually registering, I did this. This happened. This is real.
We don't let ourselves land.
Never. The promotion happens on Friday, and by Monday there's a new target. The brain never gets to consolidate the achievement as meaningful, because it's already been replaced by the next insufficiency.
So actually sitting with the achievement. Really sitting with it.
Ritualizing it almost. Not in an indulgent way, but in a, this matters, I did this, I'm going to let that be true for a moment kind of way. Research on positive psychology shows that people who consciously celebrate and acknowledge their achievements report significantly higher life satisfaction than those who immediately move on.
Because the brain needs to encode it as meaningful.
Exactly. Otherwise, it just passes through without leaving a mark. And then you wonder why you feel like you've achieved a lot, but have nothing to show for it emotionally.
That's so common, isn't it? High achievers who feel like they haven't achieved anything.
Incredibly common. Imposter syndrome lives right next to the arrival fallacy. Because if you never let the achievement land, if you never really believe you're there, then you never feel like you belong there either.
Oh, that connection is... I hadn't thought of it that way before.
They feed each other. The third shift, and I think this might be the most important one, is building what some psychologists call an experiential life rather than an achievement life.
What's the difference?
An achievement life is structured around destinations, milestones, things you can put on a list and cross off. An experiential life is structured around how you spend your actual days, the quality of your ordinary moments, who you're with, what you notice, how present you actually are in your own existence.
Because the ordinary moments are... they're most of it, aren't they? Most of life is Tuesday afternoon.
Most of life is Tuesday afternoon. And if Tuesday afternoon is just something you're enduring on the way to the next achievement, you're enduring most of your life.
That's confronting.
It is, but it's also freeing. Because Tuesday afternoon is available to you right now. You don't have to achieve anything to have a good Tuesday afternoon. You just have to be in it.
Instead of always being slightly ahead of it, planning the next thing, measuring where you are against where you should be.
Always measuring. Always slightly behind yourself. That's the arrival fallacy lived out in daily life. And the antidote, quietly, undramatically, is just learning to arrive, not at the goal, here, now, in this conversation, with this coffee.
In this conversation, with this coffee.
The arrival you keep waiting for. It's not at the end of the next goal. It was always here. You just kept walking past it.
You just kept walking past it.
And the moment you stop, even briefly, and actually look around at where you are, what you have, who you've become getting here, that's when the arrival fallacy loses its power over you.
Because you stopped needing to arrive somewhere else to feel like you're somewhere worth being.
That's it. That's genuinely it.
I keep thinking about that promotion. And I think what I actually missed wasn't the achievement. I missed having a reason to get up with something to move toward.
Which tells you something important.
That I need to find things worth moving toward, not just worth arriving at.
Things that feel worth doing on a random Wednesday. Not just worth having done eventually.
If you've ever worked really hard for something, got it, and then felt strangely empty afterwards, you're not broken, you're not ungrateful. You just ran into one of the oldest human traps there is.
The arrival fallacy doesn't mean goals are pointless. It means the goal was never where the life was. The life was always in the moving toward, and the being here, and the Tuesday afternoons in between.
Let yourself arrive somewhere today. Not at a goal, just here. Wherever here is for you right now.
It's enough. More than enough.
Thank you for being here with us today. Genuinely.
If this conversation reached something real in you, share it with someone who's been chasing something for a long time. They might need to hear this today.
And our question for you before you go.
Have you ever achieved something you worked hard for and felt empty afterwards? What did you do with that feeling?
Tell us in the comments. We read every single one.
Until next time.
Stay curious. Stay kind. And let yourself arrive right where you already are.